Hello everybody. I really like this new controller from 8BitDo, but the diagonals for this stick is just really bad. In this video, I'm going to show you a trick to make the diagonals on this controller 100 times better. I really enjoy using this controller, just everything about it, except for the diagonals. But I didn't really want to give up on this controller, so I kept on trying to figure out new ways to see if I can make the diagonals better on this. When you first pick this up, your instinct is to hold the controller like this. And to do diagonals, you just push up forward, up back, down forward like this, and down back like this. It's the same thing as if you were using a joystick on a regular controller, right? However, this is not a regular controller. And this stick is not a regular stick. There's a square gate on this controller, and you can see this. So in order for you to do down back, you gotta hit both switches at the same time. Now the problem is you gotta hit it right at this angle right here. It's so small. And if you're slightly off, it's gonna either do back or down. Let me show you a combo, and this is great because essentially it's all diagonals. It's just that if you use it like a regular joystick, you're gonna drop your combos all the time because it's just not consistent enough. And after spending a really long time with this, what I realized is this. You can't use a stick as a regular joystick on a controller, like on the Xbox controller for example, right? You just can't do it. There are different technologies. This guy behaves a lot more like an arcade stick as opposed to a joystick on a controller. I know that sounds strange, right? Because essentially this is a stick on a controller, but you can't think of it that way. Now with an arcade stick, how would you execute double down forward, right? You would go like this. Well, we don't have that stick, so what I discover is if you use your thumb on the upper edge and push down, you can do this really quickly, like this. Now I can execute this combo that's full of diagonals very easily now. And if you're on the right hand side, it's the same thing. You want to pull it from the upper edge of the stick. Like this, right? There you go, piece of cake. The reason why this works is you gotta really pound this thing, okay? You gotta be rough with this thing to get it right in the corner to get that diagonal, right? The key here is to activate the two switches before pressing one of the action buttons. And if you hold the stick cap on the upper edge, you just get more leverage, right? You can do this a lot quicker as opposed to this. Not only are you able to do this quicker, but you also have more force. If you slightly miss, you're gonna jam this thing right into the corner. I really don't have problems with up forward and up back because I have leverage. Another trick that I'll share with you to make diagonals better is to buffer the diagonals. What I mean by buffering is this. Is do this move and then launch, and as you launch, press and hold this thing like this. Alright, check this out. That way, both of the switches are already activated and then you just press kick. Yeah, so I press and hold this on the previous move before it finished. There you go. Now the key to remember with this joystick is think of this as an arcade stick, right? So whatever you would do with an arcade stick, you want to do the same thing with this joystick here on this controller. And you gotta make sure both of these switches have to be activated before you press one of the action buttons. Initially, it's probably going to be very difficult for you to adjust to playing it this way, to holding the joystick on the top edge to do any down diagonals. It just doesn't make sense, right? But again, if you think of this like an arcade stick, it'll make a lot more sense. And if you stick with this, you're going to be able to execute diagonals a lot better. Alright, hopefully you found it to be helpful. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe for more, and take care now.